Hey everybody, it's Mike Frieder with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I'm back with another compliance tip of the week. And you know what? I'm going to take you behind the scenes on how I make these videos. Well, I just make them. I just freestyle them right off the top of my head. All right, and you know what? This week we're going to freestyle, but not in that way. And we're going to talk about CMMC control CA.L2-3.12.4. Develop, document, and periodically update system security plans that describe system boundaries, system environments of operation, how security requirements are implemented, and the relationships with or connection to other systems. I couldn't find something more exciting to talk about if I tried. So hey, if you're a defense contractor who's feeling overwhelmed, tired, and alone, trying to understand all this CMMC, DFARS, and NIST SP 10171 compliance stuff on top of an already colossal workload, well, I've got great news. You found your home here at On-Call Compliance Solutions, where we can help you transform into your company's on-call compliance hero. Let's dig into it. Okay, so CMMC control CA.L2-3.12.4. I know you're excited to be here. We're kind of a little bit like we're close to the end. There's only 2 more control families to go. You've watched a lot of my videos, haven't you? Yeah. Develop, document, and periodically update system security plans that describe system boundaries, system environments of operation, how security requirements are implemented, and the relationships with or connections to other systems. It's a really, really, really long way of basically saying, hey, you need to write a system security plan. And it would probably be a lot easier if they just gave you the format, right? But you have to go find that yourself. Well, they sort of give it to you. But anyway, this control really defines everything that you are supposed to be delivering in your system security plan. If you're one of those people who just went through the controls in the SSP and didn't look at the top few sections, oh boy, an assessor is going to have a rude awakening for you, my friend. There is a lot of documentation required beyond just these controls in order to prove that your system is properly documented. So again, if you're one of the people, and again, I'm guilty of it too, when I first looked at this thing, all I went and did is I looked, I'm like, holy crap, 110 controls, I'm going to be here for a little while. And then you figure out that like, okay, we can get through these, but then you go, I'm finished, and then you realize, oh man, there's like 4 pages of requirements before you even get to the first control. So fair warning, read the whole thing, okay? Or you just call us and we take care of it for you. All right, let's get into the details of what the assessors are looking for here to make sure you got a system security plan. Oh my God, that's really small font. And I think this is the one you were talking about. But anyway, the point is, I'm gonna try to read you like these 15 different assessment points, and they're really small. So if I look like I'm squinting, it's because I am, because that's how we roll. There's no time for editing here, just roll with it. All right, what are they looking for? All right, first thing is, determine if a system security plan is developed. Well, just give me your system security plan. Just show it to them. Show me the money, right? That's all we got to do there. All right, second thing they're looking for, determine if the system boundary is described and documented in the system security plan. Well, look, the way we do is we have a little line that says see attached documentation, and we just like dump a folder right onto the assessor, okay? So again, you're gonna have your full, all of your baseline configurations, all your network diagrams, all of your system inventories, like all the stuff that they're asking for in the first 2 sections of the system security plan. You just say, here you go through it, there's your proof, it's there. You do have that, right? Like everything in your network is totally documented the way it's supposed to be, right? Hope so. If not, you know who to call. They don't call us on call for nothing. All right, point number 3 they're looking for, determine if the system environment of operation is described and documented in the system security plan. So again, you're really just showing them documentation. Here's the good news. I'm going to tell you the assessment points here, but the answer is going to be the same. You better show them the evidence. You better show them the money. You better show them those system security plans and all the supporting documentation there. All right, assessment point number 4, determine if the security requirements identified and approved by the designated authority as non-applicable are identified. So again, if there is an authority, okay, and if there are security requirements that have been identified and that they are approved as non-applicable. So in other words, this is all the NA stuff in your plan. See, there's like 3 boxes. There's like implemented, not implemented, then NA. We really try hard to not have anything NA because that gets super questioned by any assessor because they're like, well, surely this applies to you. Ultimately, again, they're going to want to know who's the authoritative person that allowed you to put NA there as an answer, and let's go talk to that person. I know this is like really fun, isn't it? So again, we're going to show them the documentation, and it's probably, for that one, it's probably going to be an interview with the person who may be in authority. Maybe it's an IT director. Maybe they got to go above the IT director's head if that's the guy that filled out the plan. But again, they're just going to want to check in, say, hey, is it cool? This is not applicable. Does this make sense in your environment? And again, it's more of a conversation, more of an interview style thing. Next one, determine if the method of security requirement implementation is described and documented in the system security plan. I'm going to make a little joke here, because whoever wrote this stuff, okay, whoever wrote these requirements definitely did not adhere to the politician's third grade reading level requirement. All right. Method of security requirement implementation. I don't even know what that means. I'm just not that smart. But somebody on my staff figured out. That's the good news. All right. Because I got a really amazing team, and they figure everything out for you guys. Now, what's the answer to this one? Again, we're just going to say, hey, go see the documentation, okay? The documentation is where the answers to all of this are going to lie, and it's going to be how we do what we do on this particular assessment point. So again, I can't tell you what it means. I can just tell you what the answer is. I'm just kidding, guys. You know what the rule is. Go see the documentation. Now, the next assessment point, determine if the relationship with or connection to other systems is described and documented in the system security plan. So again, yes, that's why, I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but we have a video that talks about, us controversially inserting definitions into the first part of our system security plan. We always do it, and our goal actually is not because it's required, but because it just makes the assessor's life easier. Well, interestingly, we got this idea from this assessment point, right? Because if we can show the relationship, which you can't necessarily show by answering the control questions, then we give them some rationale about where it should be. So again, you're going to say that it's implemented, see the documentation. It's going to be basically an assessor reviewing what you've got there. And yes, in your system security plan, you should have boundaries described. You should have all these things done already in your network documentation. If you don't have it, if you're struggling to put together network documentation, feel free to call us, okay? We can definitely help out with that. Now, next assessment point, determine if the frequency to update the system security plan is defined. Now this is an interesting one. It turns out that not only do we have to have a system security plan, but we also have to have a designated interval where we're actually updating this. And this is where, again, I'll kind of speak just how we solve it. We have this thing called a virtual compliance officer service. It's amazing. Basically, we come in and run compliance for our clients because there are just so many assessment points that you're going to be evaluated on that are dependent upon you integrating this as a part of your day-to-day operation. Here's an example. You literally have to be updating your system security plan. You have to have that sort of defined frequency, which also translates into someone's got to do it. So if it's not going to be someone on your team, it can be someone on our team, where our team will actually do the review with you, which is what we do a lot of times during our quarterly risk management meetings and other forums where it makes sense to actually go and look at and review system security plans and make sure that they're updated. How often do you do that? You know what, I'm going to be honest with you, they don't really define that precisely. But I will say for sure once a year, probably a little bit more often than that if you're a larger company. Typical thing we do with large clients is usually quarterly. So a lot of information there, okay? Determine if system security plan is updated with the defined frequency. So again, making sure that the system security plan actually does get updated from time to time. And of course, again, we can reflect back to various forms of documentation such as, again, if you do it in a risk management meeting, if you do it in a DFARS NIST meeting, whatever you choose your forum to be, to review all of this, that would be where you would do this updating and also where you would define the frequency of how often it's done. Now, if your head is spinning from all the stuff you didn't even know that you had to actually do with a system security plan, or you just wish you didn't have to be watching my videos while you're running on the treadmill or riding your bike or riding into work or whatever you do when you listen to me talk about this incredibly exciting subject matter, the good news is we help people just like you. We can end the struggle, you and me. All you got to do is go to CMMCcompliancesecrets.com. That's it. That's all you got to do. You go to the website, boop, 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 schedule some time with one of my experts. These guys are awesome. They're going to roll with you, and they're going to take care of everything start to finish, okay? Because we work with defense contractors just like you who've had all this DFARS, NIST, ITAR, and CMMC compliance stuff dropped onto their heads like a seagull on a sunny day. And it's not fun. You wish you could seagull on somebody else. Seagull on us. We love it. We're like a mushroom. Put us in the dark and feed us you-know-what, and we're going to grow and blossom into something beautiful. It's going to fertilize your lawn. while we teach you how to level up and be a proper on-call compliance hero for your company. Eliminating gaps, gray areas, and getting this solved, all while showing you how to leverage compliance as your secret weapon to land more defense work with higher profit margins. And that's what becoming an on-call compliance hero can do for you. If you're looking for more help getting compliant, our compliance experts are always on call for you. Visit CMMCcompliancesecrets.com or check out the bio below for links that will help you get help right now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for the mushroom to bloom. We can go for it right now. It's like your one-up token. I might have seen the Mario movie with my kids this weekend. All right, if you love the content we're putting out here for you, help us out with a big thumbs up on that like button, or even better, smash the subscribe button to get the latest compliance content as soon as our compliance nerds roll it out. Until the next compliance tip, my friends, stay safe and secure out there, and hit us in the comments below to let us know what you'd like to know more about when it comes to information security and compliance. I'll see you on the next one.